Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Flora. Good evening, Suleiman. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, I'm just gonna restart my computer. Yeah, good evening. Prince Manga. Almami James Manga. What's up? I know you're a busy man. I know that. I know you're a very, very busy man. But I just have to give people time because I said it was gonna come on at 9:30, then I changed the time to 9 o'clock. So it's not yet 9 o'clock. So just giving people time to join us so that they don't miss the program. And at the same time, I'm just trying to get my laptop on. I forgot to shut it down last night, so just restarting it. I hope you guys are okay and everybody's doing fine. Maybe I should get some nice music and play for you some music in the meantime whilst we wait for 9 o'clock. I think we have about, what, 3-4 minutes? I don't know what time it is. Yeah, about, yeah, 2-3 minutes. Okay, so let's crack on with that. I had good evening hour. I had thingy Alaji Bora's interview was very, very good. They said it was painful to watch. I tried working. I was at work. I tried watching, but obviously I cannot understand much of Mandinka, so I couldn't. I didn't follow much, but from the comment section, why are you showing me that? From the comment section, it you could tell. From the comment section, you could tell that, you know, it was quite interesting. Sorry guys, I just need to do this real quick. Sorry, real quick. Okay, I just had to do that real quick. Yeah. So can someone please tag Nene Frida Gomez, Juka, Hadi Kinte, and Tukulo C for me? Can somebody please do that for me? If you can, please. Can someone tag them for me, please? And if you can please share, this if you could please share this video, the Facebook Live, so that as many people that that can watch would get to see it. If you can, please do that for me. So thank you very much. Hadi Kinte, can you come in now, and can you call Juka and Nene for me? We don't have much time, really. So let's just get on with this. It's getting late. We really don't have much time, and we have a lot of things to cover. So please. So in the meantime, let's basically let's have a conversation. So basically, we saw that I think the message emanated from the State House, Office of the President, where it wasn't signed. Usually the message would be signed by the government spokesperson, but this particular message was not signed. It just says the message was signed off Office of the President, where they sought to clarify the speech. Well, I won't call it a speech, but the pronouncements made by the president, where he said that, democracy was too much in the Gambia, and where also he said that, he would be instructing the Inspector General of Police to rearrest individuals that have been granted bail either by the police or by the courts. And this message, of course, was condemned by, I think, by everyone across the length and breadth of the Gambia and outside of the Gambia. So basically, what happened was we saw a message coming from State House trying to basically fine-tune the message, the pronouncements of the president. But it was a very weak effort. It was a very weak effort at doing so, because when the president said those words, they were very clear, very direct, and very precise. There was it was not an ambiguous message that needed interpretation. Neither was it an ambiguous message to a point that it needed clarification. The message was in simple, plain language, very precise, very direct. And we all knew that what was said was meant either to intimidate, divergent views, to intimidate whatever criticism was being directed at the government or the office of the president. And it was intended to clamp down on dissidents, on voices from the opposition, and basically it was just a message sending a clear signal that we were not going to respect the laws of the land. We were not going to respect principles of rule of law. We were not going to respect the fundamental rights of individuals. If we feel that you have spoken against the government, you have criticized the government, we will clamp down on you. That was the message. And no attempt at fine-tuning that message or decorating it in a very nice way would hold. I would have thought, and again, I have said this so many times, that it is not late. It is not too bad for a government to come out and say sorry. It is not, Juka, how can I add you? You need to send me a request. Is it? Let me see if I can add you. I'm trying to do that. Let's see if it works. Hello?
Hello, 100 people.
Hey, Juka. Good. So it did work.
Let me tag Nene. I just sent her 100 people. Share, make noise. You just started, right?
Yes, about 10 odd minutes ago.
Okay, I'll mute and listen to you, and then
Oh,
I'll send you.
no. I was just waiting for you guys. I was just waiting for you because, of course, I mentioned to the audience that I don't understand Mandinka. So I could see that, Bora was, talking passionately and at some point, being very emotional. But of course, I can't really understand much of what was being said. So I think that's where you and Hadi Kinte and Nene can come in. But, they're not punctual. And which is why I always fight with Nene because I've not seen them.
Yeah. You know me, I'm always punctual.
Yeah, Nene is not, and
she's in Gambia, so you have to cut her slack a little bit, because the network there, right? But it is very unfortunate with everything that Bora went through. Honestly, that's why I posted on my Facebook wall. I genuinely believe this. Like Mam Lisa just said, it is too late. It is very unfortunate. But if we do not stand our ground, if we do not make sure we do everything possible to protect and safeguard the little democracy that we have left, we will be doomed. Literally, because everything that Bora said today, I'm still trying to process it. At some point, my heart was beating really fast. I got emotional. At some point, I'm sure like all of the people that were watching it did. So I'm gonna send you I was just finishing up the screen recordings that I was doing. I will send it to you on WhatsApp. Hopefully Hadi can come so she can give us a very good translation. Of course, I understood everything he said, but when I start to translate it, I want to make sure we do justice to it. Like I don't want to misquote or say the wrong thing.
yeah.
So I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna contact Hadi and I'll send you the audios on WhatsApp. Are you using the same phone? Is it okay to send it to you on WhatsApp, or where do you want me to send it to?
Send it on Messenger.
Okay, on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Okay, let me log in on my desktop then. I'll be on mute, but Yeah, I'm kind of speechless still. I'm just really trying to process the whole thing. But like we said, we'll play the videos, we'll go through it, yeah, and then we'll give our take on everything.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can just send them to me. Yeah, you can send them to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'll
Okay.
log in and I'll do it. Guys, share. We want to make sure that this conversation is heard everywhere loud and clear, because I honestly think that it's up to us Gambians, especially us, the 100 people, the activists. Um, and I think Kirfatu did a wonderful job today. For me, this is not about anyone, but it's about Gambia. And I think that, whatever we need to do to make sure that our voices are heard loud and clear, and to not also only leave it to few of the journalists that are willing to speak up and do their job as they're supposed to do. Yeah, and it's nothing to do with this platform is NPP or UDP or whatever the hell people would say if they want to. Excuse the way I sound right now, like, because all of those things are shenanigans that we don't care about. For us, what we care about is Gambia. And for me, and I believe you and Nene and Hadi and all of us, all the 100 people, I can tentatively say whatever we will do, whatever we need to do to make sure that our voices are heard loud and clear, we will continue to do. And we are not going to leave it up to just a few journalists that are doing the job that they are supposed to do, because that's what a journalist is supposed to do. Bring issues on the table. You talk about things that are affecting the society. You talk about things that are affecting the average person, right? You challenge the government. You do not stand by the side of the government. That is not a journalist's job to do. For me, so, and that's why I'm saying we are not going to just leave it up to the few journalists that still have their integrity, that are still doing what they are supposed to do.
Yeah.
They paid for if they went to school, they paid for it. That is true. But still, if people hold you up to a standard and say you are a platform, you are a journalist, you are gonna do the work of people that don't make that much money, because journalism is not supposed to make as much money. We all know throughout the world, they do not, especially investigative journalism, they do not make that much money. So if you sacrifice and you tell and you hold the flag, you say you are a journalist, and every single Gambian gives you that flag, allows you to have that representation for us, for the people, to speak for the people. Every single journalist should hold that up and make sure that they sustain and make sure that they continue to do the work of journalism. So, but still, we will not leave it to the few journalists that are still willing to speak up for their country as activists or as mere citizens. We are supposed to hold our country and our governments accountable. It is part of our duty as citizens to see something is going wrong in that country and to speak against it. To speak against it is part of our duty. We don't belong to any political party. And journalists can belong to whatever political party that they belong to, but they shouldn't allow that to dilute their jobs, to dilute what they are supposed to fundamentally do as journalists. They are not supposed to. So I say kudos to Kirfatu, kudos to Pamodu Bojang, and kudos to every single journalist out there that is doing what they are supposed to do, which is hold their government responsible. Call them out when they are wrong, put out what they do if it's right, but call them out particularly when they are wrong. Challenge them. That is their jobs to do. Point blank, period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, to be honest, like I said, I'm just waiting because I don't know what was said, so it's difficult for me to even comment on the Kerfatu live video. But what is very obvious is the fact that even though there was some sort of rhetoric trying to intimidate her TV or her platform. She's still standing and standing her ground and doing what she has to do, and that is commendable, because if you clamp down on every single critique against the government, then what you have is basically an autocratic state, because those are not the values of democracy. You cannot even hear the voice of the marginalized, and the voice of the the minority, and it's just wrong. It's just plain wrong. So in fact, I would have thought that a platform such as Kerfatu should be encouraged, where people can feel comfortable to come speak their mind on what they feel government is doing wrong or right. And it is a responsibility, like I was discussing with you this morning, or was it yesterday, that it's the responsibility of government to come out and clarify with facts. And if you think people are saying things that are wrong, or people are saying things that are inaccurate, it is the business of government to come out and clarify and say, okay, hey, look up here. This is not what happened. This is what happened, and base it on facts. Because what you see, people doing, for example, Alhaji Bora came out. I don't know what he said, but he came and he gave a detailed explanation of the time spent, being in detention. Now, the only narrative that's out there is what he said, and that is what we're going to go by. That's what we will go by until we have a different narration. So really, we need to understand, as far as I'm concerned, all of these things that are happening in Gambia is clearly showing that the Gambia has descended into dictatorship. This is not governance. This is a rule. This is not how a person, a head of state should govern. A head of state should not govern like that. We expect to have a president who will govern in a democratic way, govern responsibly, be transparent, be accountable to the electorate, the people that voted him into office. What we see, or what we're seeing in Gambia, the path that we're taking, is that we have slowly descended into dictatorship. Dictatorship does not just mean like killings and making people disappear and vanish and stuff like that. Of course, we're starting to see that. People are picked up. The whereabouts are not known for a few days, a few hours. That shouldn't happen. That is not what the law prescribes. When a person is arrested, when a person is called in for questioning, the law stipulates that at the earliest, you would inform the person for the reason for his or her arrest. At the earliest, you would inform the person. You will ensure that the person has access to a legal representative. In fact, the person, under the law, the person need not say anything. The person need not speak unless that person is comfortable, or unless that person has his or her legal representative around. That is what the law prescribes. So really, to have people being picked up, have individuals being arrested from their homes with guns, and people in armed gear, as if they're trying to dispel a riot and stuff, just to go arrest a single individual that wrote something on his Facebook or his social media handle without posing any security threat to government, or inciting violence. I mean, I don't see anything that was said by, for example, what did Madi Jobate say in his post that meant, or that amounted to inciting violence? Sorry, Hadi, I don't know why I don't know how to do this. Just hold on one second. So, okay, I'll add Juka first, and then I'll see if I can add Hadi Kinte. Okay. Yeah. So basically, Jukas, Hadi, I've just added you. So yeah, thanks. So Hadi is on.
And Juga is on too.
Juka is on. Nene and Antitukuloro, they are just, you can't depend on them to come on time for anything.
They'll join. Mel, I tried to send the videos to you, but it said it's too long for Facebook. So I'll send it to Hadi. Hadi, you have a second phone, right? I can send it to you and you can play it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay, do that, Juga.
So Hadi, but Hadi, did you watch it? Did you watch the?
I watch almost half of it.
Okay, can you just give us a rundown, please, Hadi? Can you give us a rundown? What was said? What did you take? What was your take home from his narration?
And Hadi and I speak the local languages. Is it fine? And you just go in English?
Absolutely, 100 billion money.
That
Yes,
way we can have a bigger
Yes.
audience. Okay, perfect.
Duka, you can speak the local language and I can come in because Mel, I think ligen legi dañoo laka Wolof because Mel didn't know English, so understand na.
Yeah. So you say English,
very,
Juka speaks in Mandinka, then if Nene comes and speaks in Manjago or whatever.
Yeah. It
was
good. It was very good, Mel. The Facebook people. Okay. Well, Malaka Olof, sorry. Bahon na li 100 people li joke make noise because ma juka nyung don wax ne suñ mekuton noise because ñun liñ fog dañ bëggona ray Alaaji Bora because loolu lañ def because niñ ko treaté it's like dump ko treat ko bad loolu suñ mekuton noise rek dañ ko don silence like any other person liñ dee def gisoon nañ fi force one bi nga xam ne moom dañ ko silence waxatut and this is lii lañ bugg a def si nit ñi wax indi Gambia ak ñun si diaspora bi so te foog naa ne ñun li ñoo jóg di wax 100 people bi it is so good because ñu ngi leen a jox headache xam nañ ne duñ noppi duñu mun a noppiloo because ñun ñu ngi dëkk si diaspora bi so ñun dañ am freedom of speech dañoo express suñ boppa duñ saaga nag kenn waaye dëgg bi la ñoo wax li xew Gambia la ñoo wax ni ñoo treaté people bi because which means ne ñu ngi see seen rights and that is so wrong te li ñoo wax ne democracy is too much loolu daf ma jaaxal how much democracy kon la nit war a am pour mun a wax wala pour noppi because suñ président bi su waxee ne Gambia ni dañ am too much of democracy munuma understand how much democracy lañ am in that Gambia maybe Mel can help me with that yow George nga mun nga ñoo dimbale because su président taxawee di wax ne dañ am too much of democracy loolu daf ma ragal loo daf ma tiitloo man especially wax naa ko Juka that is so bad she is back Mel you can add her so daf ma ragal loo te Gambian bu toog foog ne du wax Gambian bu toog wax ne yow bokkuloo si wala whatsoever yéen a ngi gis science ye nge ñëw ndanka because ku enu nga arrest nit ki jël fuunam bi tooco nekkul ne sa dóor nit dugal ko si néeg boo xam ne amut access si dara ngeen nangu fuunam bi nangu anything loo xam ne access la pour mu communicate with people loolu it is a dictatorship te loolu du mun a tax ñun ñu noppi pour wax loolu munut a tax ñu lifin but maa ngi wax Bora ne ko jërëjëf because mu ngi stand ground am xam rights am yi te lii mooy nit koo xam ne da nga gëm si sa rights ak li sa rights nit ku nekk xam nga sa rights te Alaaji Bora xam na rights am yi and that is very good pour ñu won leen ne leen they cannot silence us they can Mel.
So what did he say happened to him? What can you explain to us from the start of his narration to the part that you actually signed off? What came out? What did he say?
He said that when they arrested him, they throw him in a cell where he cannot even munuta seben munta dem toilet wala whatsoever foo xam ne suñ ko tëjee bunta bi de amut caabi sax pour ñu ubbi ko. That's what he said. It's like dañ la dugal si prison boo xam ne amut caabi. So foofu la doon demee foofu la doon defaree daal boppam 7 def yëpp ba pare like ki ko arrest dafa génn dem so amut access si waxa nit amut access si amut ban contact mooy time boobu leen communicado mooy comme mel xaw ma woon luy loolu mooy time bi nga xam ne kenn amut access si moom foofu lañ ko dugal ba pare di ko treat bad at the end of the day ndeke dañ ko wëral all over xamutoon fi mu nekk mooy loolu te wëral ko comme ñu enu la wërale la Banjul yëpp ba pare yóbbu la waafi njaago so xamutoon fi mu nekk because dañ ko bëggoon a confuse woon ah
I mean, pour réeral ko. Hadi, do you want me to play it and then you can go through it? Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
Because it was quite a lot. So I did it in 4 parts. But at least for now, I'm named part. I think the one binga hamne mo gina doy war muna nyo kumase fufu.
Wow.
Which I think is part 3. Let me see.
I don't feel I don't know this man is weapon or babule. Don't kana funny af. Wilton sita. Atata koten manna convince kota ngaja alota bundala injube. Bodo ko na fo susula le batane bonon kai no nte dal I am not comfortable. Nata mira ko ning fo mole kai ko bang na de lari suto. Tai yo ya fadi isawola wala because being karaba the boy is not friendly to me. Abu kandang kwa nyabe be kuyari nga I kamera ko nga kule kala diamo mantar diari lojang kejang sayjan so wasuto
because probably my explain
okay
muna biñ ko arresté boy bi ko arrest dafa amé ganay comme fetel way mu ngi rason mune koku nelaw like he was scared mom Alhaji Bora even pour mu goma butami pour nelaw because of mu ko laaj ndax yooyi moo la gëten wala whatsoever faalewut ko because ñaaku yaa si soose mooy ku ras mu ngi ras waaye loolu rek comme ni moo expressé Alhaji Bora it means that he was scared for his life juka mun nga continuer
mano sino la julu bukatu mola ndata la mahani ma 1 hour 30 minutes ke ngani nga full pick up at mo say no remember barnta fono la nyino munyi atatol kono atatol kono ba mo ni ha kilo tuate ba sutela ina ta fenin kido lota kunto laran ya lampo malanka ko mune be kere kono so ko alilo nganna bidon sikan kammin nan ko mbadanga sumna nanata abula moto kon kini tiyo bulata no ma ko ni borta jam e bo regret la nka non tata borla man thinking ko where are you people taking me to akonya ko sort up when we reach to the place you will get to know nka di akoha yan nanyen daba kun ko mutan sita moto ko kilin sita te maja kilin sita kardan dala ntel mo lulu be konoto nani be koma e beni la kidol ndara fom furada
share before Hadi continue share and you need to go 100 people you gonna say you to sare wahbi. And then if you can mention the guy's name, I think he keeps saying Inspector Ba. Why didn't you see Inspector Ba after? Bismillah.
Mune dafa teda almost 1.5 hour. Guy ñew echo biñ ko eye taal lampay comme xam nga rek taal lampay ci kawam mune len lan la ñu ne ko jogal mune mu ngi amé won bidong bu mu dé nané ndox mune non la jëlé bidongam bi naan doon ne len may len ma naan ndox mune bim nané ba pare mu laaj gaay yi fo len ma yóbbu ñu ne ko jogal rek ñu dem mune biñ joggé gaay dugal ko ñepp nga amé fetel mune everyone was having a gun ñepp nga amé fetel mune ñu dugal ko ci pick up bi they were 9 because mu ngi wax ne 5 ñoo togon ci biir 4 ñu ngi won ci gannaaw pick up bi with guns mune gaay non lañ nekké nak di dawal di dem ba pare ko ñooñu ne ko soo fi dawalé di nga ko regret ci sa life comme di nga réccu so comme so buggé daw pour escape di nga ko réccu juga mun nga trans
mune lañ mom du daw ndik mom defu dara so mom du daw
wow
I think if
you good Mel?
No, Karen, sorry, Karen.
Okay.
Ibejita motol be ni mona nol bejita milbe keso kono bejita e bundal yele e ko do ko la ka susa moto koto agene na tafo ko moto bi dafa balance e ko moto balance tan nga ke a ko nyannam nga moto man balance you people are up to something nga bring ya na funo tay ko nim family kana communicate nga mera lafta la kamuta na family kana na we are about long alien samba dula ta letan hama alien dula betinya yeta yebudula do to ko comedian alaji bora fanantar fayde na Gambia is not safe press release in press conference yanaki hakilo nka ko jang e ko wasle be airport o bundana nka jang nim ku kata je balon nan adu yundum barat nim fem fayte je balon nan yambulande moto ko lampo e bukaka dim e ka ke dim le stafla nim fota la do to pour ntes dulal soute nyami lampo ni sola dai solbe dami ni nuro ni sila kuto te ke la lampo dim nata fonyi sukuta jaban kofta nga hakilo ku jama ma foma rijim ko milikata je nga ko boy akonya nam nga alin so kolla e ko nyamone keta nga alin so kolla nganna family call ndanga mbebe bi mbenna last day le kam because nim is not normal ko nimu jongula le la style
ma stop ko foofu Hadi
wa mu ne biñ ko dugalee si biir moto bi e Binta Faye foy malon konte mu mandin ko let foka pare ni janjam fanan ku jula I speak 7 different languages thank you Binta Faye mu ne biñ ko dugalee si moto bi gaay naka la tudda worale ko foofu leen mu ne waaye biñ ko dugalee si biir moto bi gaay dañ ko wax ne ko moto bi dafa am daal lu faa yëngatu mu ne leen moto bi fii dara yëngatuwut fi gaay dañ bëggoon a wàcca waaye daal xam nga instinam mu ngi fon ne dara dina xew because dañ ko wërale airport wërale ko ba pare mu ne suñ demee ba nga xam ne dafa bugga si moto bi fi ñoo daw fi nga xam ne dañ fa bugga xaamee dañ dee dim light si comme dim light si pour bu mu xaamee mu ne leen yéen a ngi jël suma phone bi pour bu ma am communication ak suma family bi pour buñ xam suma whereabout mu ne leen te si airport bi ekomo yee fa nekka te yundum tamit ami barrage bee fa nekka mu ne waaye si boppam bi mu ngi daw di old regime liñ daan def nit ñi mu ne noonu la boppam bi nekkoon di daw time boobu leen comme xam nga rek yaa ngi wax ne lana maa jot so mu ne saa yu ñu wërale ko be sukuta jaabang foofu leen mu ne foofu moom xamee na fa sukuta jaabang biñ ko dawalee ba foofu leen foofu xamee na fa waaye boppam bi yëpp a ngee daw xëy na mu ngi fogoon ne dañ ko bugga lifin mu ne ko waaw su ko defee ngeneen alaaji Bora dara ko jot press conference ñëw ak xam nga comme media bi jóg ak yooyu leen xam nga kooku ne ko tëjal daal sa gémmiñ bi juka mun nga play
ok moom daf leen wax ne leen su fi dara xewee lu fi xew ECOMAG ñu ngi si boor airport bi daf leen ko wax vocally na daf ko xalaat si biir
déedéet daf ko wax vocally loolu la leen wax de moom yëpp lim mention waaye li doon daw si boppam bi mooy xamut na dañ ko rey ndax dinañ ko duñ ko rey because of comme origine bi style boobu la gars yi doon def
waaye moom foogoon na ne dañ ko rey si la lañ wax ne leen ok moom waxut lañ ndax loolu si kanam la xaaral ma seet si la lañ wax ne lañ pour ñu abal ko téléphone bi pour mu call family bi because tey la foog ne mooy last day am he said that right yeah so Mel he thought at some point because of everything that was going on it was too shady for him. He has already made up his mind that today was going to be his last day. So he asked them to use their phone so he can call his family. That's what he said, Hadi? Okay. Okay. You ñoo ko déggandoo.
Nata suto 3 o'clock. 3 kamo tambulu bari nga bola fonko ko loto jibe funo babulu nga joko 3 lom ñinti.
Fatou daf ko laaj li ban time la woon mu ne ko 3 right?
Wow.
Was it 3 in the afternoon or
wow mu ne am na ko amee phone bi foofu la gisee time bi.
In the middle of the night?
Wow, in the middle of the night, wow.
Okay. 3 si guddi si suba.
So 3 butum fa 3 o'clock lo bari nga 3 jele. Suto 3 lo ñene na tan.
Mu ne guddi 3.
Nga ko sin sono nga diamu na family nga nombal soto la mili ben kon kono hani kandanku ni yandanku ben siyo min to yandanku yelon starta ka diam
mune gaay yi bimo wax ak ñoom pour laaj leen pour ñu call ken faale wut ko ñeppang ko ignore
fala la barsila mansila do ko ñoko eta mu fitina wulinde lanti nka dia ko ha so ya into wolto silo kam moto be borla baka ba sing talan nenne moto kana be wol nim full light tel ka dimle ye sing talan so
that's important
wa mune suñu tassé comme lima wax rek koku daf ko wax ne ko yow setan niti setane nga ya nge dega why mu ko wax ne ko ragalu because dafu dara nit ko so defu te dara
who is telling who
okay
the people the armies or the police or whatsoever we are
ñiko tie duko ko ci moto bi ñim andal nonu police yoyu ñoko don wax whether police or whatever it is uniform men ñoko don wax ne ko yow niti fitna nga da nga bëgga fitna yow niti fitna nga
waaw
yeah so wax na ne mom bi mo wax ak ñooñu pour ñu abal ko fun bi ñooñu faale wuñ ko waaye tam biñ dawalé ba ci kanam gisé benen
we are cars coming towards am na moto yu doon ñëw waaye su moto yi di ñëw ñoom dañ dee dim seen lights yi bëgguñ nit ñi gis waaw
moto buy ñëw ci kanama moto bi su fekkee mu ngi taal lampam bi ñoom ñi àndal officers yi dañoo dim seen light si down nga xam ne duñ leen gis ñoom duñ gis moto bi duñ gis boora duñ gis dara what's happening that's I think yeah
okay ko ñindo jaban highway lom bari ndata ya ne so moto ñun nañu ele moto mi pick up lom ya be dada ten ye newol suude mil babunda balaten a ñaato ten ya ke aboko ni stop ala kije o sifalom nata ko kadundulal to santa fa nata film malom be daw dandi moto tata la fa dunta jaban malom ko be jaban de ya buñum aboko la waya house mulum bari ya
no stabal
ko
okay
mune biñ ko dugalee si pick up bi dafa mel ni dañ ko secure ba pare dafa mel ni dañ fa def si bunta yee si lifin bi dañ fa def stopper comme xëy na sooy ubbi dara doo ko mun a ubbi wala whatsoever juka wàcca na mu ne waaye gaay yi nekk di ko wóorloo ndeke jaabang la nekk gaay di ko wóorloo ba moom si jëmi boppam sax dafa confuse comme xam nga ñuy la yóbbu place boo xam ne ñu wóorloo la ba yow sa boppa bi jaxasoo xamatut fan la juka yone ma lifin bi su dee yow da nga génna ma okay mu ne loxo bi la
I can't read what Juka is saying. What did she say?
You can bring her back. It's her hand, she said.
It's not allowing me to add her.
Juka yone ma audio bisi WhatsApp.
It's not allowing me to add Juka anymore.
You pick her.
It's not allowing me to add Juka anymore.
Genal nga dem si le direct si page Melville mu mun la add. Let me see. Okay, try. Okay, try. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No. Okay. Mune because last one bigger don't play. Moy si pick up binko dugal. Mune dafa melni dañ ko suude. Hello nene. Mune bunta yi xawma dafa melni dañ ko defar comme stoppers. Comme xañ na nit ku bëgg a rëcca rek doo mun a rëcca. Because moom li miin ne waaw xëj na waaw. So ba pare weñ ñu bareeng si biir moto bi waaye dañ ko jaalale lifin wax naa boobu leen dañ ko nekkoon di ko wërale jaaban di ko wërale ba moom si boppam mu confuse ndeke jaabang la nekkoon.
Okay, let me finish this. It's towards the end.
Birim futata je doro nkombatu ngan kungulindi man chance di nota pour fonsa la station jumala kon yen dundu wonyale suru selo kon direct sero nyen nyeno musiloti birim dun to selo kono kafu nakilo je nyala o arabalu o suto ngara mi so suto futandu wol so natal laje fo jumo kono kafu nakilo je nyala yen dun
Fufu jeex na. We
waaw
did it in 3
mu
parts.
ne biñ accès ba accès jaabang daf leen ñaan ne pour mu ekati boppam bi pour xam fi mu nekk gars yi alaawuñ ko pour mu ekati boppam bi it was Wednesday mu ne biñ ko dugalee si biir seel bi mu ne naaj sax gisu ko mooy Wednesday Thursday Friday gisut naaj because dañ ko wërale ba nga xam ne rek confuse na ñu enu ko dugal ko si seel boo xam ne gisut naaj ba Thursday génnut xamut fu mu nekk so it was like kidnapping someone for my understanding nga kidnap nit wërale ko bem jaxasoo ba pare nga dem dugal ko lu mel ni warehouse foo xam ne gisut naaj xamut ban time la wala whatsoever because loolu la wa mu ne amantilooje fo arjumo gisut naaj ba Friday lañ ko génnee so Juga
Yeah,
Mel,
so the next
can come.
Yeah, Mel, you can come in. I think what's her name? Nene can come up too.
Come up, yeah.
Because Nene they gonna source mom time. It mun def a lot of the summary too. But yeah, it's crazy. So Mel, yeah, that's what happened. At least that was the part that really got me like, oh my God, like, you know.
They kidnap him and confuse him and wanna kill him, or I don't know. Mel, sorry.
Mom film wa mom mu ne dafa fogoon ne at some point bi mu nekkee foofu sa digga dafa xalaat ne ñii dañ ko bugg a def dara am na luñ pare dañ ko bugg a rey o am na lu
exactly
ñaaw am na lu si lëndëm
like this feeling la amoon
because of the way they were treating him and the way that they were behaving, and especially that Inspector Ba guy, that Inspector Ba. We would really want to get the photos of Inspector Ba. Inspector Ba buga nañoo xam kan la am nañ information fan la jógee ñoomi xam nañ ne am na ñaari jabaram yi fiñ dëkk bindoon naa ko and stuff, but we are still waiting pour ñu am confirmation on the photos. Unfortunately, photo bi circulate noonu on the internet is not Inspector Ba because jël nañ ko pour confirm ko, but they said it's not him, so nekkut moom. So that the photos bi circulate nekkut Inspector Ba bu ñoo ut Inspector Ba bu ñu na kii noonu la tudda waaye nekkut ki nga xam ne moom moo def li xew yëpp boora moo ko hit because he was abused, he was hit am na feneen fu mu explain tamit boobu noonu I don't think ne jotoon naa koo dog before ñu ñëw si live bi Mel, just so you can know about this before you come in if you don't mind. Am na fi mu wax ne bi nga xamee ne fi mu nekk nii nit ñi def nañ li ñoo def noise bi bari na nit ñi wax nañ ba lawyer yi dugal ko kay tamit pour ñu béel ko moom si la gaay ay doog a ñëw ne ko fi mu nekk nii dañ laa bàyyi pour nga dem léegi biñ ko waxee ne ko dañ laa bàyyi pour nga dem mu ne lañ ok léegi kon jox lañ ma suma phone bi gannaaw fi mu nekk nii da ngeen maa bàyyi pour ma dem bu mu lañ waxee loolu ñoom ñu ne ko duñ la jox sa phone bi duñ la ko jox you need to go mu ne lañ man nag duma dem tant que jox lañ ma suma phone bi kon bàyyi leen bail bi ngeen continuer téye ma fii gannaaw mun lañ maa jox suma phone bi because man I'm a free man, you guys should give me my property. So mu ne gars yi ñu commencé push and pull léegi gars yi ñu ne ko ok ba Mr Babo Inspector Babo bu ñëw ak beneen góor ñu ñëw ne ko di nga fi mu nekk nii yaa ngi ñu bugg a tànqal ak wax bu bari bi fi mu nekk dañ laa dugalaat si biir sel bi. If I'm wrong, correct me, Hadi.
Wow, loolu la ko waaw.
So léegi mu ne lañ man duma dugga si biir sel bi because ñëw ngeen already riidal ngeen ma wax ngeen ma ne ma te wax naa tamit foog naa time bo wax na ak looyam bi ne dafa war a dem bàyyi nañ ko pour mu dem. Autorité jox na ko raay pour mu dem waaye dafa fuunam bi tam dañ ko war a jox mu demaale léegi gaa yi ne ko da nga war a dugga mu ne lañ man duma dugga so si la ko gaa yi manhandle
si la doon xëccoo ñoom daf doon pull and push with them pour fuunam bi waaye gaa yi bugguñ ko jox mooy time bi gaa yi di ko doon dump noonu leen
so léegi Inspector Ba hit ko si saitam bi ya Inspector Ba mu hit ko bim ko hitee fekk gaa yi ñu ngi ko puus pour mu dugga si biir sel bi biñ duggee pare si la kooku noonu tëj bunta bi lock ko inside ba pare biñ ko logee ndekete ñoom after gisuñ caabi kooku mu dem moom Inspector Ba. If I'm wrong, please correct me because suma soose bi ba léegi
déedéet waa loolu la waaye moom lim foog mooy
go ahead Hadi.
Mom lim foog li tax ñu jël funam bi buguñ mu dem live. It's like also like ñu ko comme wàññi ko pour bu mun a ñëw si media bi because xam nga media bi.
Somebody just commented. Someone just commented that
they jump on him
they
and
will
lock
not
him in
give
the
him.
jail.
They will hang on. They will not give him his phone because it's the new law that they have to keep the phones. Is this the person's comment or is it what he said? That somebody told him that it's a new law.
I think Ma'am Lisa wrote it. I think this is not a law.
No,
it's his phone.
No, you're not getting me. Is Ma'am Lisa quoting what Bora said, that is what they said to him, that it's a new law that once you're arrested, you cannot have your phone, or is that just Ma'am Lisa's comment?
No, it's probably just Ma'am Lisa's comment, I think, but she can correct us if it's
he
wrong.
Said that's what he said. Ma'am Lisa, mom lim wax ne moy new law bi may ma rek na lim mom dafa jappane police lolu moy sen new law legi suñ la jappé dañoo jël sa phone bi ci sa loxo waye amul ben law xamna ne lolu la wa waye mom lolu la fokk mom because of suñ la arrêté legi amul ci ben law dañoo jël sa phone bi ñom ñoko jëlé nonu len rek. That's what
te def nañ ko Madi tamit.
Def nañ ko Madi def nañ ko Pat Jagne
from his possession.
Wow.
Let me continue this part. Hadi yow mun nga dega nga so lakay but sa translation bi I think you know too many languages. Comme man suma laka ba ma demee Mexico suma wax guys su ñoo wala ñoo laka French ma ne waa ana Mexico ak French so li nga xam ci sa brain bi dafa bari ci languages.
Ko Bible.
So
wow.
Okay. So léegi bi ko gars yi dugalee ci biir léegi Bora mu buga mu buga use the restroom mel léegi gars yi gisuñ caabi bi xamuñ fu caabi bi nekk pour ubbi ko so they were all trying to figure out where's the key Bora mu ne la dama buga 7 I need to use the restroom yeah so ba léegi gars yi ubbi wuñ bunta bi ñu bàyyi ko fa ñu lock ko fa then at some point Bora mu ne moom si la because foofu noonu is very small moom si la 7 si biir room boobu noonu bim 7 ba pare then after mu nekk fa then guy inspector bi mu ñëw nee you can probably I don't remember what happened here before guy ñëw jëlati ko di ko yóbbu that's where I cannot remember what happened from that point.
Foofu la doon sebene foofu la doon easy boppam tamit because bunta boobu mu ne suñ ko tëjee ndekete doo ko dee mun a ubbi si loolu lañ ko dugal Nene dafa dugal hello Nene.
Hey Hadi.
Hey.
Yeah, Manglen di déglu if you need me to come at any point.
Wa mun nga
Nene
ñëw Nene.
I understood everything. Léegi li ma fi ma bëgg a wax rek mooy fu ma bëgg a pour ñu wax tamit mooy between the time biñ ko jëlee si if that was the last thing that he explained then guy ñu jël si ko foog naa Mr. Ba moo ko jël si pour ñu dugal ko si truck bi pour ñu yóbbu ko si lañ ko yóbbu sànni ko si biti like in a traffic whatever.
Yeah. Why before loolu sax mu ngi doon kitikata tamit pour phonam bi loolu la wax.
la bëgg pour ñu explain yeah.
Waaw mu ne gars yi doon push and pull pour phonam bi after gars yi because daf la wane ne dama bëgg suma phone bi loolu mu ngi doon xeex ak ñoom so biñ àggee si traffic bi si lañ ko push sànni ko si biti.
Hadi you mixing two parts here.
Okay.
Time biñ ko beele be pare moom mu ngi woon foofu noonu nita ko jox téléphone bi nekkoon na Pa Aliou moo call guy mu jox ko téléphone bi so time boobu la ko Pa Aliou ne ñu ngi léegi dañ pare pour bail la process bail bi wax nañoo Nene so Nene mu ne dina continuer pour serve as surety so sa beneen surety bi cousin am la brother am mbokkam la ndax kooku noonu tam dina continuer so moom mu ne leen amul kooku dina continuer amul benn problème so fa naa ne ñu contact kooku tam the same thing mu ne leen amul benn problème so they process the bail and everything else ñu indi bagage mi yëpp yi jëloon si this bags yooyu noonu comme bagi saaku yooyu noonu and all the dugal fa mu check everything else mu ngi intact bagage mi ñu jox ko so si lam jël phone bi mu call bim callee mu ngi wax so si la dat guy bu ñëw ne ko dafa war a joxe phone bi so mu nekk kooku man duma joxe suma phone bi parce que fu mu nekk nii bail nañ ma te already I'm not under you maa ngi ñibbi dama war a joxe suma phone kooku ne ko ahankay da nga war a joxe sa phone bi parce que loolu lañ wax according to kooku Pa Alieu moo ko ko so mu ne ko call Pa Alieu kooku ne ko déedéet so moom tam time boobu noonu lam
ban Pa Alieu moo ko ko Pa Alieu Jawara
ñooñu ñu ne Pa Alieu moo leen wax loolu so moom si lam call LS ne ko bul joxe sa phone bi under no circumstance because your phone is not a subject of any investigation or anything else so moom because LS advice na ko loolu moom tam mu ne leen duma leen jox suma téléphone bi so si force boobu ko di nga ko joxe mu call Fatou Touré because man biñ ma callee foofu noonu du Bora moo ma call de maa ngi dégg Bora mu ngi dem back and forth I don't know who nag at the point in time Why later on, I understand one can la don lakal so later la understand ni Fatou Touré la call. Why si digante bim callé nono waxambi ak Fatou Touré jeexut sax and you can see ne ñu ko comme ñu ngi try pour forcer jël téléphone bi si moom. You understand? Din ko dégga moom tam mu ngi wax why should I give you my phone? You understand? Jëm munati mbe na phone dealer. You know and all xam nga you will hear them at the background. You fucking give the phone. You better leave. You bloodily you can hear. So there was a tussle at the background you can hear it. You understand? So man kima call how man dafa bokon ci tos bi way later on the phone went dead. No, did not go. Why mu off phone be off, the moko off, the loho moko lal, that time dafa busy one. So and then we had nothing. So situation ton biñ démé be you understand the HO mama you know so légui ñu dañ ko dugal ci biir cell bi. So fim tok nonu ne mom du ko delo phone am bi ñoñ koku ne ko na géna with insults mu bañ ne du géna ci la gaay ñew guy grab ko understand manhandle ko force ko dugal ko si biir room boobu noonu and you know apparently it's not a cell it's just an abandoned room boo xam ne it's all open and all that no key no nothing so dugal ko fa pare force tëj bunta bi so apparently it's a bunta boo xam ne duñ koy tëj amut caabi or anything else so biñ ko tëjee so affaire bi tëju so ki ko tëj noonu ba pare mu dem kenn xamut fan lam dem so time boobu la doon nekk di wax naan dafa bugg a seben so ñi fa nekk naan ko ñëw pour try ñu gis ne caabi nekk fa mënuñu ubbi ñu ne ko ñun gisuñ mënuñoo ubbi bunta parce que caabi bi nekk fi so they were asking among themselves who has the key and to no avail so moom mi nga xam ne moom moo ko tëj foofu after lam ñëw si la ko gaay oo waaye balaa kooku ñëw fekk time boobu mu ngi wax gaay dama bugg a seben mënuñ ko ubbi parce que there was no key so moom time boobu la ne butéel jox ko keena foofu noonu ne ko may ma ndox kooku dem rootal ko butéel ndox bi indil ko moom it mu seben ba si kaw pajaas bu fa nekkoon because mu ne it's a small space with a lot of stuff the place was kind of cluttered so mu ngi amut space moom si la seben si mattress bi fa nekkoon noonu ba mu tooy raxas boppam ba pare you know taaj so mu ngi dem delluwaat si palanteer bi di wax ñi si biti eventually kooku ñëw so dewe ñu ngi naka lañ ko waxee saani wante kaadu understand selam da wax ku ne ko yow xam nga ne man ak yow rek amuloo fitel amuloo uniform understand nga li nga def ni doo ma ko def ay yooyu noonu because dinaa jéngu wante yow and all that
mooy ki ko hit
waaw
am na ku ko hit mu ne
exactly mooy that same Mr. Ba bi moo wax noonu because apparently del si na waat waaw exactly del si na waatin so léegi nag after for now the colleagues were asking him to open the door eventually buñ buggee ubbi bunta ñu realize ne oops ok bunta bi sa ndeke amul caabi léegi tëj nañ ko mënuñ ko lii so dañ am pour dem uti ji ay wëñ pour ñëw daaji bunta bi so mu ne gaay foofu noonu yéen léegi yow li nga def nii xamuloo ko sax yaa ngi ma dugal fii te fii ndeke amul caabi let's say ne su nit ñëwoon tuur fi essence taal fi man naka lay rëccee damaa dee understand nga su emergency amoon man duma mun a rëcca parce que yéen sa doole ma mun a rëcca doog parce que caabi amul so li nga def nii is very very unsafe ay yooyu noonu so si lañ ko ubbi génne ko fa you know, I guess that time they were ready to go on patrol or whatever. Dugal ko si moto bi. Mu ngi wax gaay jox leen ma suma phone bi jox leen ma suma bañ ko dugal phone. So forcefully dugal ko si moto bi kii toog fi ñelee ngi aju si kaw moto bi.
Nene dem na. And Nene is a good translator, Hadi.
Wow.
Because mu ngi
waaw ba pare xëy na tam mu wax moom xam nga moom tam moo ko bail ak yooyu leen so dafa am direct explanation from him so anti tugulo
Nene so ñëwatee rek dafa request man ma wàcca yow nga egg man mun naa
déedéet man ma wàcca juka yow tamit
man dama call sa phone bi Hadi yow maa ngi amee sa téléphone number bi yaa ngi amee ñaari phone I can call
waaw ok waaw anti tugulo
man dama joomi man xam nga man seetaanu nga man yéen laa nekk di déglu Allah
anti tukulor maa nga doon taag sa bi live bi nekkee on waaye xam naa yaa ngi doon liggéey but honestly yow soo ko seetaanoon I think it's too much for you. Yeah.
Just what I'm hearing is giving me an anxiety attack. This is so sad. This is so sad.
And if you're gonna ride nakala to the anti tukulu, dafa deger bopare, dafa neka ko xamne dafa deger bopare, waaye su yolo halon rek mun nañ ko sakal pexe.
Kii bi mu ñëwatee sax inspector Babo bi mu ñëwatee quickly rek. Bi mu ñëwatee foog naa ba fekk mu ngi doon génn doga bu nga ñëw ñibisi mooy biñ ko bélee ba pare bi gaa yi waxee mu dafa ñëw mu ne ko you are very lucky. You are very lucky. You know? So for me it's almost like I don't know what they were trying to do.
Okay, no, what they were trying to do, this is Gambia police under Yaya Jammeh, and like I have said many times, Gambia police has not been rehabilitated, and this is.
Well, Antitukulo, kama correct. Antitukulo, kama correct.
Let me finish.
Because kichwa order pa Ali Ujawara. Okay.
Please, because I am in a space where I don't function when people are cutting me off. Please.
Okay.
Sorry. Because what is happening right now, Moine, in Gambia, this is the same thing Yaya Jammeh's NIA used to do to Gambians, and it is happening again. Nothing different. What they were trying to do is scare the crap out of him. They wanted him to feel like he was going to be killed, and that's exactly what they did. They took him around, intimidated him, played with his mind. Didn't you hear him? Because I've been listening to. I have been numb. And he said in his statement there, he said, I didn't know where I was. So when he said he wanted to talk to his family, he was saying goodbye. And they was playing a psychological warfare with this guy. That is what that is all about, Juka. They know Alajibora, Adam Abaranguramgi. We all know that. But Alajibora is young. And what they wanted to do is play psychological warfare with him. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm saying this in English so that we can clip this English and take it to Twitter. What the government of Adama Barrow is doing today is what Yaya Jammeh's government used to do yesterday. He refused to rehabilitate these people so that it can be convenient for him. And it is convenient for him right now. This guy has been, for them to even say to him, we are going to take you incommunicado, even that by itself is fundamental human rights. For him to be held 5 days, above the 72 hours he was supposed to be held, is against his fundamental human rights. So what they did to him was to shut him up. And I am so proud of the fact that, yes, he was scared in that moment, but what he came out of it stronger. Just like what they did to Madi Jabate. They've done these things to him. They come out of it stronger. I believe that if Gambians, no matter how difficult it is, Gambians need to start standing up to these people. Yes, they will suffer, but when you come out of that suffering, fight like hell. Because you know why? That's how they are going to know you're not intimidated. Alaji Bora, I am just so proud of him, Juka, because today, this kid, with everything he went through, is able to sit on a platform and talk about his ordeal. This is just sickening. I am sick to my stomach. I am sick to my stomach.
It is very sickening. Hadi, if I can come in quickly.
Wow.
Mel understand now anti-tukuru did them through because it was the same thing with me. Man, I'm just trying to be grounded. But when this was going on, man, you don't drive. And I really want to understand all the things in hamne low def ki bora. But Adama Barrow ak nguram gi ñu ngi send a message ne they are messing with the wrong people and the wrong time. Really, xaaral ma tëj bunta bi ma gën a mun a wax li ma bëgg a wax. Xaaral.
Yéen a ngi dégg Juka mel nene ak tukulóor yéen okay.
I want to tell them ne dama bëgg a wax Adama Barrow dama bëgg a gaay ñu déglu ñu bu baax ak any non-entity bu taxaw seen boor pour jàppale leen. We've been here before. We understanding Gambia. All bets are off. You guys will fail. Ma repeat ko. Adama Barrow yow ak sa gaay intimidation tactique bi ngeen buga def ak li nga xamne mom ngeen buga isi Gambia mu nekk dictatorship da ngeen a fail back down do work because ñun ñoo leen gën a dëgër boppa ñun dañ xeex li ba buga dee ay 4-5 years ñu sacrifice nee nañu more than loolu ay 10 years ñu sacrifice seen life xawma keneen de waaye man ak tukulóor Nene Frida ak Melville Roberts Hadi Kinte we will do every single thing pour make sure ne li ngeen bëgg a gis ci Gambia du am te nag kaay leen ma wax leen leena dafa am ñoo xam ne si wax rek lañ dee nekka dama bëgg a send a strong message to all of them pour ñu understand li ñoo wax am na ñoo xam ne dañoo toog di wax suba ba ngoon jot ñun liñ façon boobu dafa am ñoo xam ne dañoo bind rek lañ daan def ñun wax bi ñun boobu nekku ne boobu rek la ñoo def dafa am ñoo xam ne dañoo jóg di protest suba ba ngoon jot ñu nekku ne boobu rek la ñoo def dafa am ñoo xam ne dañ xam international community bi dinañ binda letter di wax ak ñoom di jokkoo ñoom te am nañ education bi articulate leen they're very articulated ñu nekku ne boobu rek lañ am te baaxuma damaa wax li nga xam ne moom moo fi am history la fi fàtte xeju fi so let me tell you something li ma lim ñi yëpp raise funds dafa am ñoo xam ne loolu la lañ yàlla mayoon te nekku ne boobu rek la ñoo def léegi li ma lim ñi yëpp juróom la te ñun dañ jaar si yëpp jaaruñ si benn si yëpp leen jaar suñ toogaan wax su rajo yi ba ngoon jot li si des dañoo dem di ko binda li si des dañoo dem di communiquer li si des dañoo dem di figure out strategies di tweet di def leneen ak leneen di communicate ak international bi fi benn nit jàngu fi benn nit xamul fi lépp su ma demoon tey su ma fi dara jotoon ma génn fi yéen di ngeen continuer li ngeen a def yàlla ñëpp la may xam-xam yàlla ñëpp la may barke yàlla ñëpp la may bayra dafa dépend yow ndax nga ko bëgg a use so I'm telling Adama Barrow ak ñim àndal su fekkee ne dafa am ku ñu ñëw seen boor di leen penal di leen wax ay waxi kàcca retreat because ñun dañ dëgër boppa retreat it's not gonna work ñu ngeen a intimidate ñu nekk biir Gambia waaye ñun doo leen ñu intimidate like tukulóor seet jaral nañu duñ ñëwati Gambia forever ba ngeen fa génna nonsense bi dafa am pour doy fépp foo xam ne nag foog ngeen ne ñun mënuñ fa dem xamuñ ko ma wax leen let me break it down to you guys we know how to do it we've done it before and we can do it again so you guys need to back down ngeen bàyyi nit ñu free ak ku am waxi nonsense di wax ne international bi amuñ suñ jot am nañ lu leen doy di ñu faale loolu fen la because guess what international bi su fekkee ne mënuñoo taxaw xeexal Gambia sax seen fonds si dinañ ko kot te seen fonds si suñ ko kotee loolu mooy seen government bi cripple nañ ko because yow Adama Barrow ak ñi nga àndal digaragu leen yàggagu leen fa yàgga boo xam ne di ngeen mën a ñëw taxaw di figuraat fan ak fan ngeen a amee xaalis su fekkee ne international bi kot nañ seen xaalis bi so let's get that straight back down ngeen play politique bi the right way ngeen allow seen liggéey bi mu jooj leen election si jotee ñu dem fair and balance election soo leen mënee salaam soo leen mënut salaam waaye doo leen ci toog di threaten nit ñi di torture nit yi di intimidate nit yi te ñu jógee si suñ nit yi dee te foofu laa dee waxee man su may wax dama bëgg ngeen déglu ma li mu saf ki ko muccaa ko xam te dañ ko bañal keneen ak keneen this is not a joke family you there is not a joke when you lose your family it's not a joke it's not drama it's real and it's trauma it's not drama it's trauma there's something called trauma loolu moo tax Bora bi ngeen ko jëlee teg ko benn place even though leave it one any kind of naka abuse waaye gis na TRRC luñ wax loolu trauma la moo taxoon si xelam bi mu ngi play out what is going to be happening to him so you guys need to back down.
Can you guys please share the Facebook Live? If you're watching, can you just share the Facebook Live?
I'm going to end there.
No,
I just want to send a strong message to all of them.
No, you can continue, right?
Carry on.
I'm not going to back down. Like I said before, man, I made up my mind. This ain't what I make up my mind and be that day and the Friday. Man, I made up my mind during Jammeh. Let my life
life end here. Do ma enjoy to suma life. Do ma hamati lan moy go on suma life. Do ma say, do ma feel any other life or party or anything. Didn't go out with my friends. People are doing my bundle ko up, my put ko away. Man, I will sacrifice man suma life. Eternity. Be add no tuki. Be yala jele ma fi. Di hair dictatorship. Be ko fi yala di guinea. Time and again, I spoke to people. And they would say, it's okay, but we will continue to fight. So I want to send this message to Adam. Let me just finish. I want to send this message to Adam Barrow. His goons. You go tawal, you go jail message. Take journalists with the house of Boram. I'm sending a message to you guys. That when you do stuff like this, it triggers us because we still have trauma from our past. So you guys need to back the hell down. This is not a joke. Enough is enough. Back down. And then allow democracy. Politics is different. But when you hinder democracy, you play with people's lives.
Joka, Amud Balal. Joka, what I lima yoka silinga wahni rek moy is this. Like you said, today I'm really triggered. I am depressed. I'm so glad I didn't watch. I don't think I can watch. This little bit that I heard, what people need to realize is that, and these things happen and people are laughing and joking. This is not a time to laugh. This is anybody who does that today, even on this platform, I will leave this broadcast. And I have nothing against anybody. Right now, I'm in a state of mind where I don't see anything but how I feel. Because all of us that are sitting here, Mel, nobody can talk more than Mel. Mel is sitting there. He's depressed. Hadijatu, look at Hadijatu right now, the way she's sitting. She's depressed. Nene, who has been there bailing people out, and going there knowing they can arrest her. Juka, people don't even know Juka is a victim because she refuses to play victim. No matter what somebody, no matter how callous, and I mean no matter how callous anybody is, you do not celebrate the pain and suffering of others. People go around calling themselves Muslims, praying to Allah, doing this, doing that. A good Muslim does not celebrate the suffering of others. You see somebody suffering, you don't have to be related to them. If you cannot save them, if you cannot support them, if you cannot do anything about it, them. Shut your trap. Shut your trap. Guess there's something that somebody told me one time, Mune. You don't have to speak all the time. It's better not to say anything if you have nothing productive to say in a situation. So I'm just putting all those people on notice. Do you know that there are people out there celebrating the detention of Madi Jobate? Madi Jobate. If anything happens to Madi, or Madi's voice is silenced in Gambia today, our democracy will go down the tubes faster than the speed of lightning. Madi is the loudest voice in the Gambia right now. And Madi, even his enemies, Madi will fight for. So it irks me that people that were in the struggle who knew Madi are the ones that are, inviting others to insult Madi. I am so, sometimes I wish I wasn't a Gambian.
Anti tukolo jelal break. Anti tukolo jelal break. Nga break nga knocking nga nyuat. Dienal se life be. Please. So kame nga nyu juka please.
Anti Master, that's how she processed sadness. Man, we are different. We are close, but we are very different. Mom, when she gets triggered, she gets emotional. She cries. Man, I go crazy, and I focus, like laser focus on what I need to get done. That's it, and bring back down until what we need to get done. Te ñoom baro ak ñi moo àndal ak ñi nga xam ne ñoo ko wóor ñoom Ibrahima Sila ñoom ñoo ñu gën a xam. Képp ku nekk si boori baro te dinaa pause after li yéen ngeen duga képp ku nekk si boori baro Ari Kinte man laa waatal billahi wallahi ñoom ñoo ñu gën a xam. Xam nañ what we are capable of. ñu kenn dañu xoxatal te dañoo wax dañoo liggéey di def si ron te loolu la ñoo ñëw def si. Let them back down. They need to back down because soon down, they would fail very quickly. Very quickly they would fail. Man lu rek la am pour wax gaay.
Juka mun nga duga si anti tukulo wacha na film neka ni mun nga gain nga duga si live bi nga ñëw. Thank you. Su ko defee Melville tamit analyze. Juka is coming on the live. Melville, you have something to say?
No, I'll let Nene finish.
Nene.
Kuma emon sa?
Moy
Okay.
Binyo jail funam binunu like.
Yeah, exactly. So afterward ñu dugal ko si moto bi xam nga dem wiiri wara eventually ubi bunti moto bi time boobu lañ ko sànni si poto bi si pool of water boobu noonu ak bagage am mbuus bi ten xam nga mu ne gaay waaye yéen loolu leen di def nii ñu ne ko loolu sa affaire la ñun xamuñ si dara and then they drop foofu ñu bàyyi ko foofu noonu in the dark in the middle of nowhere xamut fu mu nekk and then wax di dem si lam tasee ñeena fu na benn góor benn jigéen yooyu so jigéen bi si lam ko gis ne ko pour mu dem gaay seen kër mu jox ko mbubi doomam comme jigéen bi mu ngi ko yërëm ba bugg a dee understand nga comme di méttit lu ko dal noonu afterwards mu ne ko jigéen bi ne ko mu gaay dem seen kër mu jox ko yëre doomam mu sol pour dem mu ne kooku noonu déedéet bàyyi rek ma dem su boobaa àdduna bi yëpp gis liñ ma def parce que tooñu ma defuma dara lu bon ñu war maa def lii noonu lam demee si kaw tali bi ut moto bi eventually parce que amul téléphone pour call amul xaalis amul dara so bu mu folee si kaw tali bi mu tax ut moto ba mu amee moto noonu si la waxante taxi driver bi ne ko aw ma benn xaalis ak man
Nene bala ma mala dog share leen live bi ba pare ngeen yónnee stars please share leen live bi ngeen yónnee stars please Nene
la fay so bu mu duggee si biir taxi bi nag time boobu noonu lam doon xalaat kan laa call waaye mënut a fàttaliku number kenn sa waaye am na number fana benn cousin am wala mbokkam comme fàttaliku number am kooku la call ne ko waxal Fatou Touré mu call ma si number bi ma la callee nii so noonu la kooku callee Fatou Touré ne ko Boraade call na ma si number bi nii mu ne nga call ko si number bi time boobu la ko Fatou Touré call si number taxi driver bi nag mu wax moom explain Fatou Touré ne ko maa ngi ni si yoon bi di dem suma kër broda bi lii la ma gaay def ak yu noonu so bi mu eggee si kër broda bi si dem def that video boobu noonu buñ gaay share noonu and all that at that time moom biñ koy génnee foofu yóbbu ko because already dugal nañ ko si seel bi Fatou xamoon na ne mu ngi foofu noonu beel nañ ko waaye bàyyatuñ ko dugal nañ ko si seel bi papi Fatou Touré daf ko dee yóbbul lekka kooku dem na bi foofu pour yóbbu reer si guddi boobu noonu nekk te ñoom génne nañ ko ba sànni ko si bitina si poto bi so kooku dem after lañ am pour wax kooku ne ko Bora nekk fa génna si na ñibbi na mu ngi kër broda bi and all that waaye di nga gis te si yoon bi ba gaay di dem noonu mu ngi explain and this was biñ ko jëlee naka lañ ko waxatee Kairaba si guddi soosu noonu mooy 3 am bi moo explain noonu bi ko yóbbu Jaabang xamutoon fiñ ko yóbbu because moom si boppam xamutoon ne sa Jaabang that detention center existed ñu bari xamuñ ne foofu noonu mu ngi am a detention center people are only familiar with Banjul Linding anti-crime. It used to be Bijilo, then you move Banjul Linding. So this place in Jabang or the one in Gunjur or the one at the airport, a lot of people don't know these places. So waramo funeka with all the hamga. At the end of the day, it's not like you are scared as an individual, but the action kind of worries you. And this is where this is the state where he was in. And of course, with their actions, with their guns, the way they were behaving, they were so arrogant with him. He asked questions, they bounced on him, you know, with everything. So at that point in time, when I held them, everything else that happened at the TRRC, all narrations are like, okay, what is happening now? Time bobu la wax koku no bim gesto mu gis koku ci phone am bi time bobu la wax kenn ki ne ko abal ma sa téléphone bi ma call suma family ndok su boba mu walen ne nak nañ ek suñ ma dégga tuté ñu xamné déna parce que at that point in time he felt ne there was no way to way with these people the way they were doing. But eventually, you know, xamut fan la nekk be ñu dugal ko biir jaabang fofu nonu si biir libi naka detention center bobu nonu and then bi ñoo duga wàcce ko karab dugal ko si biir sel bi xamut fan la nekk xamut lan la and it was just too like traumatizing according to mom and
Nene, yen tamit bye, Nene, please.
No, but it's
Nene,
okay.
bye,
It's okay.
please,
It's okay.
please.
It's okay. It's okay. People process things differently, and it's okay, Nena. You can cry. Mel, if you wanna come in, mom, I become crazy, you know. So I'm sorry the way I sound. I know it sounds really bad and stuff, but you know, the I'm for the toll for hamne. It doesn't matter how people see you. What really matters is what you are trying to accomplish. Right now, no here more pour ñu amati jàmm ci biir dëkk boobu noonu and we are fighting pour li nga xam ne moo fa nekkoon ci time Yaya Jammeh du del ci waat because that's the last thing we want for our people. Loolu bugaluñ ko sax Adama Barrow.
Imagine people sleepless night. They were like people don't know what people are going through. Maybe then they just know life. Ñun tam ñu ngi try to process li xew in the Gambia life. Comme ni ko tukulóor waxee. Ñun ñëpp a depressed because munu understand ko. Understanding what is going on in the dëkk boobu leen nga xam ne xeex nañ ko démba lañ ko xeex borse tangut sa bëccëgangut sa mu ñëwaat the same style TRR bi gis nañ ko never again ñëpp di jubileet ñëpp xeex ko Barrow buga isi loolu waa that system in that country ba pare join the list yooyu leen toog ne ñoom comme que ñoom they are satisfying the government ñoo leen a bindal ñoo leen a defal lu nekk di leen dogo gis nga ñun 5 or 4 wala whatsoever ñun ngeen dee gis ne ñu ñëw di wax there is more than people yoo xam ne they are behind we don't need to tell you gis nga ñun mi 4 or 5 yi ñëw ñun dañ dof ñun dañ am problème mi boppa te Barrow soo dof loo yow Pa Alieu Jawara man la Hadi Kinte 5 level square fa nga daan ñëw 5 level square Pa Alieu Jawara yow da nga daw time Jawara time Yaya Jammeh nga ñëw toog Angleterre Pa Alieu Jawara yow li nit ñi di dem turu xam nga ko Pa Alieu Jawara boobu ba tey nit ñi la tudda maa ngi ne teg noppi because we are family man la Hadi Kinte 5 level square yow képp ku mënoon a toroxal nit ci kaw suuf si yow Pa Alieu Jawara yow yaa waroon a nekk the last person buy toroxal nit because toroxal moo tax nga paak say bagage daw dem Angleterre di humiliation moo tax nga paak say bagage dem toog Angleterre amuloo jaama because xam nga Yaya ni mel ni leen Yaya defoon si 1994 Pa Alieu Jawara when people talk about you, I keep quiet. They ñaari family members la am si government. They are blood family. Do them bad wala tay wala whatsoever. And I told each and every one of you, when it comes to Gambia, gisuma family. Pa Alieu Jawara danga wara regle. Danga wara toog nga xalaat yow. Li nga daj si time Yaya Jammeh ba paak sa bagage si jàmm ji nga ñëw ci out gi tubaab bi jox la ko Gambian people yi yooyu leen buga tooco moo la dawloo Gambia di humiliation moo leen dawloo yéen Gambia ngeen ñëw toog fii nii toog am seen jàmm boobu lañ buga suñ dëkka te soo leen bàyyiwutee billaay wallaay tallaay duma ñëwati Facebook yi juka duma ñëwati Facebook bugi Melville maa yéen 1-on-1 ci Facebook bi te wax naa leen ko loolu amut family country first before family because dëkk boobu moo ñu boole bañ nekk family dëkk boobu moo tax maa yéen ñu bokka dëkk boobu moo tax tey su ma taxawee ma proud of yow Pa Alieu Jawara waaye doo nekk di tooco nit ñi xale bu ndaw kañ nga soxor Pa Aliou kañ nga toog développe soxor kañ nga toog développe tooco kañ nga door lu bon yi nga def ni jukko yu bon yi nii moo tax ñu ne nit sorry am pissed really pissed ñëpp a ngi wax Pa Aliou Jawara maa ngi noppi boole naa la nag kool naa nit ma wax ko sa complain buguma ama yow benn affaire waaye yow dang ma rusloo man Hadi Kinte dang ma rusloo tey kuy wàcci police bi ñëpp ne Pa Aliou Jawara dama dee rus sax pour wax la ne la we are family dama dee rus pour wax nit ñi sax xam naa la gis nga man su ñëwee pour Gambia duma ko dee caaxaane I don't play with Gambia yow nag soo leen tuddee Gambia seen post ngeen gis léegi dinaa xeex ñëwatuma si benn live fi jàmbur dinaa ñëw si yéen di leen adresse yéen ñaar la nag kenn ki dégguma lu mu def kooku moom xam na waaye yow ñuy laa tudda saa yu nekk Pa Aliou yow ku ungrateful nga struggle bii nii ku ungrateful nga gis Gambia ni niñ soonee nga buub say dobos daw ñu enu la yóbbu la police léegi ñun ñooy sa noon léegi yow coono bi nga bañoon pour am ko time Yaya Jammeh ba daw yow coono googu nga teg waa Gambian yi yow you are a disgrace even to know you yow kenn warut laa xam Pa Aliou billaay wallaay tallaay yow ku ungrateful nga yow ku bon nga yow ku soxor nga yow fa naa ne dañ la wecci du Pa Aliou bi ma xam nit du soxoree nii ngeen a jël order ngeen a tooco nit ñi Gambia ngay em ni dogit noonu leen xaman naa Neene wala Melville ñëw leen like am peace
Hadi bu ma reelo Mel has been quiet. Nene is probably trying to collect herself together, but just for people ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi wax like ngeen baalal ñu we are human ñun ñëpp wax dëgg yàlla you know we express ourselves differently so la ñu gisee rek ñu ñëw ñu tànga or something or somebody di joy to just understand ne it's a lot pour nga stick your neck out to fight for Gambia. It's not easy. It's a lot. And it's emotionally draining, physically, obviously soon time be, but especially emotionally lim la dee def. So suñ ñëwee ku nekk mu am like a different way of expressing themselves. Like so lañ ko mënee I don't know, not acceptable why at least ngeen understand a little bit ne okay, this is not how Hadi is as a person. This is not Juka as a person always. Neku ne dafa mer all the time or Nene is always emotional. Nene barely ever cries. Tukulor cries more for sure. She's a water sign. Actually, she's a fire sign, but I don't know why she just cries a lot. Mom non loko yala bini. So pour ngeen understand lolu tamit, it's acceptable. But so gisee ñu wax because gis nañ li gaay nara def te ñun dañ ne du fi am. It's not gonna happen. Adama Barrow ak nitami man, like I said a few minutes ago, you guys will fail really quickly because dafa am ñoo xam ne suñ dajaloyee wax bi dafa see bari xuloo bi dafa bari ngiri ngaara gi dafa bari because dañ am ay personal agendas yi nga xam ne moom leen jiital, especially ñun time Yaya Jammeh buñ ko doon struggle loolu moo taxoon sikki sàkka bi mu bari waaye fi mu nekk nii dafa mel ni yàlla daf ñu defal Yaya Jammeh mu dem mu detox ñu mu génnee seppi képp koo xam ne yow genuine loo woon te yow dëkk bi taxutoon nga jóg sa boppa moo taxoon nga jóg yàlla jël la seppi la teg la fele comme ni mu seppee Yaya Jammeh teg ko fele. So fi mu nekk nii ñun lu ñoo def nii même bu fekkee ne 3 people la sax man I know kuma si diggi nelaw ne ma are these people genuine ndax ñii dinañ def lépp lu lañ war pour Gambia, I will tell them yes. And for me, let it be 3 people or 2 people. I rather do with those 3 people or those 2 people or those 4 people ñu egga fi ñoo jëm dan ma àndaa fukki nit ku nekkaa ngi am sa personal interest xuloo bi di si bari problème yi di si bari ngay mitigate left right and center not only yow li nga jow di wax si Facebook bi waaye si biir si ron yaa ngee defar di defar kenn amul time boobu noonu. So right now man li ma am pour woon gaa yi mooy yéen laal ngeen laalaake yéen a ngi xeex ak ñu dof comme li Khady Kinte wax ñun suñ boppa yi dafa capacite when it comes to our country déggu leen ma de suñ boppa yi dafa capacite when it comes to injustice. So it's better ngeen back down but soo leen ñu tasee da ngeen a fail man maa leen wax lii da ngeen a fail you guys will not make it. We've been here before. ñun dañu daan toog ndaajal tukulóor si ak ñu àndaloon yëpp xam nañ si dara dofuñ dina jàppul leen fii fa xeju fi dañ daan toog guddi dañoo binda ay 3-4 hours ñu ngee def back and forth waaye xëy na ñoom duñ ci xam dara sax waaye maa tukulóor xam nañ si lu bari parce que ñun dañoo wax di binda di def di liggéey si ron ba naa ko ba lu ne dama koo sol léegi te man musuma sol lu ne suma life waaye yaay jame moo tax may sol lu net suma bët bi léegi bu ma xoolee benn place su yàggee su ma sonee dafa mel ni mu ngi bëgg a jéela si because of email yeeg because of njàng si computer bi 24/7 di edit ay vidéo di def loolu taami yaay jame so ñun we will sacrifice our lives again dafa métti rek dañoo liggéey dinañ enjoy suñ life dinañ génn dinañ def luñ war a def ñii sëy dinañ sëy suñ nelaw moo du doy but it's fine we will accept it ne loolu la ñu yàlla nattu ku nekk ak yàlla nattu bu la teg loolu la ñu teg dinañ ko accept but if you try us you will fail soo leen testé démocratie Gambia you will fail because duñ ko allow
Mel, you can come. You can say something, Mel.
Just want to say thank you to you guys. To be honest, I think this is the best. It's the best team I've ever been part of in my life with regards to anything whatsoever. It is really sad. Today, like, I'm kind of, like I said, I didn't watch the live. I watched it. I was at work, I was watching, but I couldn't understand what he was saying because I can't speak Mandinka. But just having everyone explain and say the things that he said, going through his ordeal, it's kind of like a deja vu. It's kind of thinking that where are we as a country? Where are we as a people? Where are we as a nation? And it takes us back to a value system as a people. Are we a people of values? What do we believe in? How can our principles sway from day to day like waves in the mighty ocean? Who would have thought? Who would have expected? I mean, when I said this the last time and I was going through like pictures and it was making me so emotional. And sometimes when I talk, people will tell me, oh, but like my friends, even my cousin was telling me the other day, but you gave us Barrow, you sold Barrow to us. That's what we did, because that's what we believed. We thought that was the best thing that we could do. And me, I did not believe, I did not imagine that 5-6 years down the line, 7 years later, we would see the very same things that we fought against. I remember, I think, I'm not sure, I think it was Juka, I sent the picture, following Barrow and the coalition crowd in his campaigns, going everywhere with this man. I remember, I will never forget the last campaign day in Bakau. I will never forget that day in my life. Election day for Barrow, I put a post on my Facebook. It's still there if you go on my timeline. telling people, if you know you're going to vote for Barrow, tell me, I will drive to your house and pick you and take you to vote. And that's exactly what I did. From morning till night, I was driving people around Gambia to vote for Barrow. To sit down today and have somebody go on a national television to explain what Barrow's government, an Inspector General of Police, a police force, an institution under President Barrow did to a Gambian that has not committed a crime, as far as I'm concerned. He has not done any other Gambian bad. What he did was exercise his right to freedom of speech and to say what he felt he had to say. If you don't like what he said, or you believe you can counter what he said, go on social media and counter what he said just like he said it. Social media is a traffic. It's a traffic. Some are going, some are coming, some are stopping. If you want to control the narrative, come out there and speak against, do a rebuttal. But having people being intimidated, locking them up in rooms, having them pee on themselves, not giving them food, not giving them water, going to arrest people with guns, dressed in riot gears in Gambia after 2016, you never thought it would be something that you would see. And it makes you feel like, I'm thinking that, who are we as a people? If you lived in Gambia during the time when certain things were happening, and everybody was saying, oh yeah, Jammeh is using these Liberian rebels, or it's people from Casamas, or it's people, and then the TRRC came, and what did you see? You realized that it was your own fellow Gambians that was doing the evil, the wicked things, putting plastic bag around the necks of individuals, suffocating them to death, killing people, cutting their bodies up, dumping them in well. You realize that it's your fellow Gambians, the same people that fill up the mosque and the churches. You have a country that boasts of 95% Muslims. Who are these people, the Inspector Bar, the Aliu Jawar and stuff? These are people that go into a mosque to pray, yet you are subjecting your fellow Gambian. You're subjecting your brother to such inhumane acts, and then you call yourself a religious people. No, we are a set of valueless people. We believe in nothing, absolutely nothing. Nothing. We have no values. We're evil, we are mean, and all we think about is what we can gain in the present moment. All we think about is materialistic stuff, things that can showcase us as being one particular stuff. It's all a fake life. It's all fake, just acting like just trying to be things that you're not, things that you don't even believe in. You don't even believe it. It's a sad country. That country is sad. Gambia is sad. It's a sad nation. It's a people filled up with hypocrites, a bunch of hypocritical people that don't believe in nothing. You would never have expected. You see, and you see the irony of everything that's going on? All these things that people are being subjected to is not being carried out by the NIA or SIS now. It is the police that is now doing what the NIA used to do in the former regime. And that is sad. The very police that their mandate is to protect lives and property, to protect every Gambian, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of social status. The mandate of the police is to protect every Gambian, lives and property of Gambians and even non-Gambians living in that country. And These are the people that are now subjecting people to inhumane treatment, acting callously, behaving like they're inhumane, behaving in inhumane manner, and behaving like they're not human beings, that they don't feel. And these are the same people that will come to you and quote scriptures and tell you about Islam, tell you about Christianity, tell you about religion. They will fill the mosque from top to bottom. These are the same people that they will be subjecting people to evil treatment. They will be maltreating you. I'm sure the people that was doing border that at 2 o'clock they will leave to go and japa and pray. At 2 o'clock they will leave him to go and pray. And then they will come back and torture a human being. And they think that they're fooling you or they're fooling me. It's a bunch of evil society. And if you don't know, then you've never lived in Gambia or you've never dealt with Gambians. You've never dealt with Gambians. People that have no regard. The inspector, the police is being headed by somebody who's supposed to be a lawyer, who should be the last person that should allow that such would happen under his watch and supervision. It is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace, an absolute travesty. What warrants it? Because you want to please someone? Because you want to please someone? When did things change? When did it change? We all know what happened in Gambia in 2016. We all know. The loudest mouths, the people that were talking the most, what did they do? They all ran, packed themselves, and went to Senegal to seek refuge in Senegal. Some of us stayed in Gambia. We stayed to ensure that we can have the change that we are having today. We were chatting, myself and you and Nene the other night, talking about how we would have meetings, planning meetings to inaugurate Barrow when Yaya Jammeh had gone on national TV and threatened every Gambian to say he wants to see who will stage an inauguration at the Independence Stadium. Yet we were there. We could have been arrested. We could have been killed. Anything could have happened to us because we just thought that we were looking for a change. We just thought that Barrow was like our savior, that Barrow would come and emancipate Gambia. Barrow would come and just be different. This is not what we expected. And if you say anything, they say you're anti-government. How can you be anti-government? Barrow is of every single Gambian, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of your political leaning. He should be the president of every Gambian. His foremost mandate is to ensure that every Gambian in that country thrives. Every Gambian, wherever you are, that you can thrive, you can progress, and that country can progress from strength to strength. That is his foremost mandate. You cannot oppress a people. You cannot oppress a society that has been emancipated and oppressed before. You don't oppress a people the second time. It's not going to happen. And this is what they need to know, and this is what they need to understand. You can only oppress an individual once. You can only oppress a society once. You can only oppress a country once. You will never succeed in subjecting a set of people to oppression twice. It is not humanly possible. They will resist it. They will fight. What are you going to do? You're going to kill every single Gambian? You're going to kill every single Gambian? You're going to arrest every Gambian? You're going to intimidate every Gambian? And the difference is, this is not a Yaya Jammeh fight, because this is not going to stop at Facebook. We're going to ensure that every single institution, every single democratic country, every power, every person, every organization that needs to hear what is going on in Gambia, we will showcase what is going on in Gambia. We will name names. We will call people out for what they're doing. Whether Inspector Ba, Inspector Sane, I don't care who you are. You torture somebody, you beat up somebody in detention. It is illegal. It is criminal. It is banditry. It is lawless. It is barbaric. It is inhumane. It is backward. You don't do that to anyone. You don't do that on anyone. And I can tell you, I don't know for somebody else, but I know the people that are on this platform do not hate Barrow. And I keep saying this. Why would I hate President Barrow? Why would I hate President Barrow? Of what reason? Of what value would it do to me? Would it add to me? Nothing. I don't hate President Barrow. I hate what is going on in Gambia. I hate what Gambians are being subjected to. I hate injustice of any form. Of any form. You can't continue to make people suffer just because of the benefit of a particular few. You cannot do that. It's very simple. It's very clear. The law is so easy to follow. It's so easy to follow. You feel somebody has written something, you don't like what the person has written. Why would you go to Madi Jubate's house with guns and ammunition to arrest a person who has just written something, a commentary on Facebook? Like he's a terrorist. But I'll tell you something though. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, but one thing is clear. Gambians will never be suppressed a second time. It will never happen. Not in that country, not outside of that country. It will never happen. Never. You cannot subject a people to suppression twice. They went through restrictions before. You cannot restrict them again. And this whole nation that, or is Barrow who's giving people democracy, is Barrow who's giving freedom, that's a lie. I'm sorry, but that is a black lie. The freedom that Gambians are enjoying is a freedom that they fought for. It's a freedom that they sacrificed their lives for. People died to see this freedom. People went on exile to see this freedom. People lost their loved ones to see this freedom. People were maimed. Some people have people are in wheelchairs. They can't walk. Just to see the freedom that we're seeing today in Gambia. What happened to Solo Sunday? Because he wanted to see a free and liberated Gambia. That's why he lost his life. He paid the ultimate price. This is not a freedom that Barrow gave to Gambia. That's a nonsensical statement. It's a hard-earned freedom. A freedom that was fought for with sweat, blood, and tears of very patriotic Gambians. It is not a freedom that was given to any Gambian on a platter of gold. It didn't happen that way. And the narrative can never be changed. You can't change it. You can't change history like that. But this is what they have to understand. It is not difficult. It is not difficult. It is not difficult to be a Democrat. And this whole notion of too much democracy. What is too much democracy? What is it? What yardstick do you measure a democracy, a democratic government that is too much? No. In fact, when Barrow came, that was what he was being celebrated for. That he was taking after the footsteps of Sir Dawda Jawara. People were beginning to like him. You know, people were beginning to think that this is the legacy. That's the legacy that he's going to leave. That's the footsteps he would follow. Gambia would become another beacon of democracy in the sub-region. That's what we thought would happen. Leave politics aside and do your stuff. Let the opposition speak. In every nation, in every democratic space, the opposition will talk. They will talk. Let them talk. Continue to be you. Continue to do what you know. What are your strengths? Continue to do that. I always have said something to my friends when we talk, and I say to them, if Yaya Jammeh had ignored Solo Sunday, if Solo Sanding was out in the street at Westfield with his loudspeaker from 7 o'clock till 4 p.m., 5 p.m., latest, by 7 o'clock again, he would go home to go and eat Benachin. Wallahi, he would have gone home to eat. And you know what? Maybe Yahya Jammeh would still be in power. If you had allowed certain things to just happen and you just ignore, maybe Yahya Jammeh would have still been in power. It is not difficult to be a democratic leader. If Madi Jobate goes on his Facebook and writes stuff, leave Madi to write. You do your thing. You continue to govern. Continue to do what you feel is the best thing to do for Gambians. If Mel goes and write whatever Mel writes, ignore Mel. You continue to do what you got to do. If you feel it is something that you need to come out and rebut, come out with a strong rebuttal. But this business of it's only your voice and no one else's, this business that it's only you that have to control the narrative, it's an absolute nonsense. It's a farce. It will never happen again. You don't control a set of people. People are wanderers. People would move. People would leave. People will speak. It's like illegal migration. No matter what they're doing, people will migrate because that's how the human being was created. Human beings are natural wanderers. They move from place to place. They explore. They want to discover new things. They want to find greener pastures. They want to better themselves. You will never be able to stop migration. And that's why some people have always advocated for legal routes to migration. Because you can't stop it. It is the same way you cannot stop an enlightened nation. You cannot stop an emancipated people. You cannot stop a people that have bought their freedom with their blood and hard work and sweat. You cannot. In fact, if truth be told, it is Barrow that was handed on a platter of gold the freedom that Gambians fought for. If anybody was handed anything, it is President Barrow that was given an opportunity that was fought for by Gambians, an opportunity that some Gambians lost their lives, sacrificed their all, their resources, their family. It was President Barrow that was given that. And therefore, the only person in that country that owes something to Gambians is President Barrow, by having the mandate of the Gambian people, because they believed that he would come and cement the freedom and emancipation that the average Gambians so work hard for. But you cannot suppress a people. You cannot do that. And this business of going around and saying that you would order for the rearrest of people, on what grounds? Since when does the president of the Gambia have such powers, such legal powers to conduct arrests? You don't have it. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And one thing we should do is to commend. I mean, the person of Bora. If everybody is a Bora in Gambia, we will resist dictatorship in that country. If everybody can be a Bora, dictatorship would be resisted in that country. If everybody can be a Mahdi, it will be resisted in that country. Anyways, I'll hand over to you guys.
Nene has been quiet.
Nene.
Hey, I'm here. Nakalenko, Mel, thank you very much for that spot on submission. I mean, excuse me, it really hit the core of our hearts. I mean, the genuine people. let me just say something. I'm really sorry that I broke down because, man, like I hardly get
No, but
emotional.
you see, you shouldn't be sorry that you broke down, because this is what makes you human. This is what makes you organic. This is what shows that you're not cosmetic. You do not have to be sorry because you are human. You do not have to be sorry because you feel. You do not have to be sorry because you empathize with your brother. You don't have to be sorry because you want to be politically correct. You shouldn't be sorry. What you have done is to show who you are, to show what it takes to sit in at the platform that you're sitting, to sit at the table that you're sitting, because you have what it takes to identify with the suffering of others. That's what makes you human. That's what makes you stand out, and that's what makes you different. Never apologize for being who you are. Never apologize for being sorry. Never apologize for being emotional, because it makes you authentic. It makes you authentic. And if every individual, if the Inspector General of Police could have been like you, he would not have allowed or supervised what Bora was subjected to. If President Barrow can empathize and think like you, if other members of his cabinet, his government can think like you, they can identify the pains of others, it would be very different, and our country would become a society that we all admire and want to be part of. So don't be ashamed. And this is what I'm saying. Rather than try to spin what Barrow said, rather than come and try to tell Gambians that you're stupid, that you're idiotic, and you don't have the power to reason, you don't have the power to understand, you don't have the power to comprehend. Oh, this was not what Barrow meant, or this was what he meant. Rather than do that, what we expected is for them to show that they were humans, to show that they can identify with the average Gambian, to show that they can identify with the downtrodden, to show that they can identify with the oppressed, and come out and say, you know what, Barrow said this, we are sorry. It was said in the spur of the moment. It was said in the heat of the moment. But I can assure you that no Gambian will be subjected to such inhumane behavior. That's what we expected. Don't spin it. Don't come and talk to Gambians like the average Gambian is an idiot. Don't come and talk to Gambians like the average Gambian is a dotard, that they don't have the ability to comprehend. They can't decipher between right and wrong, left and right. We are not stupid. So be you, and never be apologetic for who you are. Sorry for interrupting you. Carry on.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. See, interacting with these people and seeing what they were subjected to honestly breaks my heart. Remember, police stations and anti-crime, it's not a new place to me. I've been there many times, and not one time did I cry when I was myself subjected to such intimidation and harassment and bullying. But coming to see people that I believe, in my opinion, mean well, Bora and Madi, I have not seen anything wrong whatsoever that they have done for them to subject them, through what they have gone through. I mean, Bora being taken to Jabang and put in Comunicado. Bora is from a family that don't know these things. We all heard him talk about the good gesture his family, has really given to the president and his family when they needed it. Because during that time, a lot of people did not want to identify with the opposition. Jammeh was still in power. But certain people risk it and open their doors to them when they go provinces to campaign. And Bora's family was one of those people that did that. So everything that has happened, that was the part that really hurt him. To say, I did not do it, but my family opened their doors to these people. They did well for them. And now I haven't done anything wrong. Under this administration, I am being subjected to such. And that made him cry. That broke his heart. And he was angry. He was gutted. I mean, he felt like, I am not a son of this land. He felt like are destitute. And that
nene balal ma anti tukulo harama wacha mel jella madugad yo so wache denga.
Okay.
Tukulo want to come back in Mel.
Okay.
Can you pick it? Okay, ham again now. Okay.
So that is really, really sad. And this Mansa, let's just twist it a little bit. Let's twist it a little bit. Not even the Madi, the Bora, the Sonko, the Bayou, myself, and all that. Because these detention areas, even if I ligasa, it's not safe for them. It is so not safe for them because the environments that they are working under, I mean, the resources that are within their means, it's crazy, it's pathetic. I wonder how they deal with this thing day in, day out. And young, so kosetate chiligay neka, yet still ñu am xol yu wow, ñu am xol yu metti, ñu mer di deal ak citizen bi, ordinary citizen bi the way they're doing. Man ragaluma, why dama yerem askan bi. Let me put it that dama yerem askan bi fiñ jëm ak ñi ñoo jankuwantel ci liñ nekk ak li ñoo def xawma fan la moo endee waaye du rafet. So they're putting an end to this, and we did not stand up to say no to this. Madi, in the presence of everybody yesterday, Madi got up and said, you know what, guys, you know what? I need to thank Nene for saving my life. I was like, oh, okay. He said, I am just imagining, because it rained last night, right? Guy Neko, yes. I'm imagining where I was, the way I was feeling, if that I was in that place and the rain, I'm not sure I would have been today, right here, talking to you today. Imagine, we all know Madi. He's not anybody that will chicken out, no matter what the circumstance is. So imagine that person telling you what he was subjected to. For doing what? Just expressing your mere views. Just trying to participate in national discourse. Just trying to be a patriotic Gambian. Just trying to raise your voice, to instill hope to those who have lost it. To tell the voiceless that, hey, somebody is here that is going to talk on your behalf. That's, in my view, that's all he was doing. Because that's all he has always done. Just because of that, you subject him under that. It's crazy. It's inhumane. And like Tukuro say, for people to celebrate it, oh boy, I don't like him. Don't like me. You don't have to be my friend. But in certain situations, you have to rise above all those things and act like a human being, feel like a human being. That's what we need to do. But what I see some people do, honestly, I am sorry for them. I feel for them. And they require prayers. That's what we need to do for them. And this thing brings a bitter taste to people. I mean, Juka was talking. I was just picturing Juka. 2016, July, August, September. That's the voice that was ringing in my head. Those were the times I was hearing Juka speak that way. To August to September, leading up to December. To say we're going to sit here now and still reliving it? Oh, shoot. But you know what? For man, I always tell the ball is in our court. The ball is in our court. We choose to go through it or we choose to say no to it. It's our choice. We did it in 2016. We can do it again. And we can keep doing it anytime the need arises. This is wickedness. This is not Gambian. This is not African at all. And thing neka di gis moy, gis nga the demeanor, the attitude, the jump si moto, the watcha, the manyeru, the danu, the joke, the door dena. Those were the things that we were seeing. So moto bi the romba. It's like ngelew bi apunda bi rek. Munna la febarlo. Suñ rombe nga tiit. Suñ rombe nga jaxle. You know, they put you in a situation where hamne danga sa deret bi dang ko hang because lu nekk dina run in your head. Imagine Bora is already detained, put in a cell. Everywhere is surrounded with security people with arms. Where can that small Bora go? You lie down, trying to close your eyes, and then you need la lampa butanga jir ga ewu and see people surrounding you with arms. Can you guys imagine
AK-47, AK-47.
What that can do to a normal person's head? It's madness. It's madness. It's madness. And man, the more I am exposed to these things, the more it hardens my heart, the more it gets me ready, the more it gets me fired up, the more it gets me committed and never want to let go, never want to relent. Because I don't want to see my people going through this. I can't. It's painful. It is really painful. Bora sits there and narrating, everybody feeling sorry, everybody want to cry. Oh, go and see him right, live and D, where he was. Some people are thinking, you know, he's too much. He's being dramatic. He's over-exaggerating. Oh, no, he is not. I can authoritatively tell you, he is not. Seeing him, seeing the maddies, the Sonkos, where they were put, the families and all that thing, my very self, Lamin Tigo and all that. I want to stop, but I can't. My heart is not allowing me to stop. I can spend this time with my family, but I can't.
Take heart, take heart, take heart, take heart. This shall
You
come
know,
to a pass.
you know, Mel, you were talking about Solo Sunday. The day that Solo Sunday left his house that morning to go to protest, he prayed Fajr with his children and his wife. The relationship he had with his wife is you know, because Fatima would tell me, she said, Auntie Awa, we were poor, but in our house we were very rich because we were surrounded by love. Many people don't actually know that Solo used to cook very well. If he made a birthday cake for you, a lot of people didn't know that. Fatima, you know, when they were in Senegal, they would talk about their dad and they would say these things to me. She said that morning when he was leaving after Fajr prayer, he assembled all of them, the wife and the kids, and said, and they never stop him because they know they can't. So he emptied his pockets, gave it to Fatima, and said, I'm going. The last time Yaya Jammeh, he said, you come back here, you will not live alive. So he said, so if he catches me, I may not come back alive. They prayed for him, and he went out, and like he said, he got arrested and never came home alive. One of the things that, the reason why I hold this family so near and dear to my heart is in the middle of their grief, because I got my connection with them, you know, when Lamin Tunkara is, actually Musa told me, you got to get this family out of Gambia or else. Yaya Jammeh has set his eyes on Fatima and he's going to do something to her. So as I'm talking to her, at the time Solo Sandeng's daughter was 3 years old, Nyali. Nyaling is crying. I said, why is your sister crying? She said, because she thinks that they are coming to get us, and we've been telling her to be quiet because we are hiding, and the family that is hiding us does not want the NIA to know they are hiding us. I heard that. So this is a child, 3-year-old, who was traumatized. And I'm telling this story today, Melville, so that the people that are out there thinking this is a joke, people today that are able to go back and walk the streets of Gambia, they need to know that they're still walking on the back of Solo Sandeng. They need to know that somebody and many other people made the sacrifices to be able to deliver this democracy that we have. And anything that threatens that democracy threatens us. You know, Melville, some of us were in the struggle, yes. But think about the person. Because remember, yeah, I used to threaten Gambians. If you vote against me, I will know you voted against me. Remember that? Even though he could, so we did that whole thing. Don't worry, he doesn't see you, don't be scared. Those people were already brainwashed into believing that Yaya Jammeh is going to see that they voted against him. But Melville, they went and voted against him anyway and took him out of government. How do you think those people are feeling today? They got rid of a dictator. Now the trauma of dictatorship seems to be rearing its ugly head upon Gambians once more. This is why all of us on this platform take this personal. And you know, Mel, you said that you are very, you know, you feel blessed to have a group like this. I said this to Joka yesterday. In the evening, Nena and I talked, and I said, Nena, didn't I say this to you? Joka, didn't I say this to you? What is happening this time around? People that didn't work together have come together because each of us have a story to tell. Each of us, something that inspired us to fight against dictatorship. And you know, people think that
Tukulor, can you take out your headphone because the day them do know the volume before na keep them yeah, thank you.
People will say, oh, you guys talk. Aren't you tired? Nelson Mandela was not tired. As old as he was, his resilience is why they didn't kill him in prison. He lived to be president because he was not tired. He did not give up. So the cold-hearted Carlos Gambians who are out there saying that Komoi, a fortarali, who is Mari Jabate? Who is Halaji Bora? Fatu Ture is UDP. Keep on telling yourselves that. Because the day that dictatorship comes back in the Gambia, you are going to be victims once again. Those people, I'm telling you, you will be victims of your own making once again. You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, people should learn lessons from the past. But like Melvin said, if you are not sincere about your fight, of course, this is not going to hurt. I woke up last night at 3:30 a.m. and I haven't slept since. I laid in bed and all I could think of was Gambia. I'm laying down there petrified, and I am so glad I didn't watch this video. The little bit that I have watched has made me more resilient, has made me more determined. I was here the other night until 2 a.m. on Twitter by myself, but I didn't wait for anybody because that is what I felt I had to do. So to all my comrades, those of you that are on the call, those of you that are fighting underneath, those of you that are doing things on your own, bravo. You are I will use Osmbenga's words. You are the good sons and daughters of the Gambia. You see, Joka, today I have trauma because I am saying words that I used to say during Yaya Jammeh's reign of terror. When we will be on the online radios trying to convince Gambians to turn their backs on Jammeh. And at the end of that fight, we were saying the same, go for vote for Adama Barrow. He's going to be different. He's not going to be like Yaya Jammeh. Adama Barrow came and said dictatorship is going to end here because I have seen what dictatorship has done to my people. And that Abdullah Sanya, when you were appointed, a lot of people, especially some people in Gunjur, were telling me he's a good guy. But guess what you have become? You have become a bad guy. Your legacy. Why would you ruin your legacy for Adama Barrow? Gorgim Bob ruined his legacy for Yaya Jammeh. Today, where is Gorgim Bob, as mighty as he was? The big kahunas that Yaya Jammeh elevated, the ones that were killing for him, the ones that were maiming Gambians, the ones that were terrorizing Gambians, where are they today? Abdullah Sanyang, don't you think you should think about that, because you were in the Gambia when that was happening? You have seen what happened to those comrades of yours. Today, you decide to be like them, giving up your legacy. Why? Because you are the pinnacle of hatred, torture. Because what happened to Bora is torture. You tortured him emotionally. People think harm is done to people physically. Emotional torture is just as bad as physically torturing somebody. The mind games you guys, your police officers played on him, thinking he was dying, that is torture.
And anti tukulo limo buga wax gaay rek moy dama len buga fatali ñu xamne ñu understand ne this time around we are not playing. Adama Barrow su fa joge nañu leer ne ben any other political party te ñu ñep xam nañ what time it is. Political party buy ñew tok, whether it's coalition or whether it's a single party, dinañ make sure ne te ñooñu dinañ make sure ne, because ñooñu ki munti nekk tamit foog naa ne.
Juka, hold on. Did you read that? It says, good news from Senegal. The judge said Usman Sonko will stand as a presidential candidate in this coming election.
No
just
way.
At word. Well, I just saw that. I don't.
Let me Google.
Sizzler just posted it.
Let me go to. I could have gone to TikTok to know. Sizzler, fan nga jëlee news bi? Foo ko jëlee? Where did you get this news from? Okay, let me just finish my thought there.
Carry on.
I hope that is true, because that would be great for Senegal. But back to what I was saying, I want to send a strong message to ñi nga xam ne ñoom la ñoo jéem a groom pour ñu nekk the new junglers of NPP ak Adama Barrow government am bi, because that's what it smells like. That's what they are doing. Okay, especially with Inspector Ba nim doon ñëwee di feeñal boppam di taxaw si kanami kii ni Bora di ko intimidate. Can you close that door, please? Yeah. Di ko intimidate and all that stuff. We want to let them know ne, whichever government is the next government, we will make sure ne it's responsible people enough. Nekun ko xam ne it's a sleeping president comme Adama Barrow ba nga xam ne they will let everything slide. So gisee Adama Barrow will let everything slide because hypocrite la dafa bëggoon a appease every single individual in that country, whether yow da nga doon torture or whether yow da nga bokk si parti boo xam ne dañ doon dóor nit yi dañ doon gaañ nit yi, it didn't matter. Moom lim gisoon mooy self interest am. The next coming government, we will make sure te ñoom tam dinañ make sure ne anybody koo xam ne jël nga nit yi nga ne yaa ngi naa torture, anybody koo xam ne wrong nga citizen bi jël nga démocratie bi nga wrong citizen bi, whether da nga leen rey or da nga leen torture or da nga leen terrorize, it doesn't matter. You will pay for it one way or the other. Di nga pay for it. You will sit your behinds in jail and pay for it. You will pay the time. Na leen leer ne loolu mooy am, because su fekkee ne da ngeen toog ngeen gis ne Adama Barrow bi mu ñëwee lépp lu ñu doon defal Yaya Jammeh lu bonam yi luñ doon def dara génnu si, ngeen foog ne the next coming president is gonna be like that, business as usual. No, it's going to change, because ñu ñëpp xam nañ ne Adama Barrow du nit ku baax, dafa or ñim àndaloon ñëpp, dafa or Gambia yëpp, dafa or victims yëpp. So we don't expect him to do nada. But you guys, yen mi talk fofu non, ngena doflu, bu fekkee ne yen state house bi Adama Barrow or whoever the hell in the government, dañ nañ wax pour ngeen defal leen lu bon, ngeen stupid, ngeen def ko, guess what? Benen TRRC dina am, te su boba you guys will pay the price. Each one of you. Each one of you. I want to make that clear. The next thing li ma bëgg wax moy, I'm sick and tired of seeing people or hearing people say yéen a fi def Barrow, yéen a fi def Barrow, yéen a fi def Barrow. Yéen loolu daf leen war a wax te waxuma 100 people, but just in case the other buffoons happen to watch this, for them to understand ne lii moo leen war a wan ne ñun nekkaluñ fa kenn, ñun Gambia lañ fa nekkal. Our consistency has nothing to do with an individual. It has nothing to do with a particular political party, but everything to do with Gambia. Suñ consistent is everything to do with Gambia. Te réccuwuñ benn boor nag lu tax ñu génne fa Yaya Jammeh isi fa Adama Barrow réccuwuñ ko. Because we stood up and we did what we had to do for the country at that time when it called for us, when it needed us. So now, Adama Barrow or whoever it is, ñu ñëw toog di def lu bon, we will also make sure that ñu dem keneen ñëw toog fa. Yes, we need to have a system change. Yes, we need to have a constitutional change. Why you yëpp dafa waroon a am moom moo ñëw mu or nit ñi def li nga xam ne loolu kenn sant ko muy def lu ko neex. Loolu moo nekk problème bi. Wassalam. But I hope ne affaire Sonko is true because that would be a game changer for Senegal.
Yeah, I don't know. You can ask Sizzla because I thought the Supreme Court had ruled, but I don't know what's going on. Anyways, Nene, anti-tukulo.
And Mel, some quickly, sir, before guiding you, I just remember this Mr. Bagay, this Inspector Bagay. Inspector, but we're coming for you. Your entire generation come
Does anybody have the picture of this Inspector guy?
Exactly. We still haven't got it yet. We're waiting for a few people that we contacted, but we'll contact more people, inshallah. Inspector Ba, we are coming for you. As the entire generation, we are coming for you. Because they're going to def bora. Te do muna talk for ngane yo. Gambia ñu ngi jël seen taxpayers yi suñ yaay yi suñ mag yi suñ rakka yi ñu ngi biir Gambia di jël seen taxi di leen ko fay ñu jël lool di leen ko fayale uniforme di yow nga seen jox sa jabar yi dépasse di toppatoo sa njaboot bi ba pare yow nga ne yow di nga turn around yow di nga tocco yow suñ society bi di nga tocco citizen bi di nga def nonsense and then you get away with it di yow ñu bàyyi la sa jàmm ak sa taranga. We are coming for you. We are coming for you. Dinañ ut santal dinañ ko aj on TikTok dinañ la fa tek dinañ la ngénte dinañ la parba Sénégal dinañ la jaale dinañ la def everything on TikTok biñ pare ak yow.
Anyways, so what are we moving to TikTok now? We've been here for 3 hours.
Yeah,
yes,
we can
let's
go to
move.
TikTok.
Let's move to TikTok. Yes.
Yeah.
So
okay, I'll let you guys before you go.
Wait. Let me share what is my TikTok handle?
You're now about 400 and something when I checked this morning. I'll share it again now.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Melvin, you know, so we will move on to TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, so let me pray and join you guys.
Okay.
So today, and we, you know, usually we try to lighten things up, but unfortunately today is not a day for us to joke around.
Yeah.
Because we are hurting. And Melvin, I really appreciate it because sometimes people like me, I feel weak. I feel like I'm a weak person when I react that way. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Juka, Sizzla says you should check your WhatsApp. He sent you something. Juka? Oh, Juka's gone. Hello? Okay. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll keep you all updated. Nene, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just do the closing and then you can move.
Yeah, so actually it's true. The judge in Ziguinchor has just declared that, Usman Sonko is a presidential candidate and will run for the election, and that the executive decision of Usman Sonko to ban him is unconstitutional. So let's see. I'm sure they'll challenge it. Let's see how that will work. But anyways, yeah. So thanks for joining us. we will continue to add our voice and continue to hold the government accountable. Like I said, I believe in doing things with respect. I will not insult anyone. I will not sag at nobody, but we will do what we have to do. We will speak truth to power. We will continue to hold them accountable, and we will do what we have to do. So we're going to TikTok now, and we'll join you guys again some other time. Take care. Nene.
All right, thanks. Bye, Mel.
All right, and bye.